Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 99 of Converse in the Ninjaverse. Or one away. One away from
whatever it is that we decide to do. It might just be us running around naked. Who knows?
No.
Ass is out.
I'm Will.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Mike.
Okay, and we're not going to be running around naked. And if it is, because it's going to be after Thanksgiving, because we're off next week, so nobody wants to see that. I'm gonna eat a turkey. So, a whole turkey.
I'm sure. I've seen you do it.
Oh my god, I still want a turducken.
No. Just no. That's not natural.
Listen, what's more natural than three glorious meats coming together in one meal?
Pizza cake.
Just throw, and then you wrap it in bacon.
Pizza cake.
I'm making that. I'm making that in December.
We're making that. We are making that. We're going to post that on YouTube. Us making a pizza cake.
Yes, it's going to be delicious and glorious. But now I'm getting hungry. So let's get to the box office.
All right. Box office. America, you have failed me once again. Number one, 20 years in the making, Dumb and Dumber 2.
Really?
Technically, I guess it's Dumb and Dumber 3.
3.
There really was another Dumb and Dumber, I guess, sort of.
There was Dumb and Dumberer.
Which was like a prequel.
Yeah, and it was terrible.
This took in 30...
Dumb and Dumberer, which has been playing on cable, actually, lately.
Oh, I'm sorry. Took in $36.1 million. Supposedly, it had a very exciting celebrity cameo in it, and that was Jabba the Hutt from Honey Boo Boo was in it.
Oh, really? Mama June?
Yeah, Mama June.
Mama Boo Boo?
Formerly of the Honey Boo Boo, now of the
not so girlfriend.
Yeah, that took him.
That showed horrible redneckness that can only be destroyed by other horrible redneckness.
Yes.
Sketty.
No.
Well, that goes off the air now.
Yes.
Because she married a child molester.
She did. Well, she didn't marry him. She's dating him, I guess.
All right.
I don't know. We're wasting too much time on this. We already.
So we already talked.
Yeah,
let's not talk about Honey Boo Boo.
So that took in 36.
I don't know. The first trailer I thought was kind of funny when they made it look like a serious Jeff Daniels movie for a second.
Yeah.
And then it was Dumb and Dumber 2, but I don't know.
Yeah, I have no desire. I wasn't a fan.
I'll watch it when it comes out on video.
I wasn't really a fan of the first one. Not really a huge Jim Carrey fan to begin with. I like him in certain things. There are other things that I'm just not digging him in. Like this afternoon, I actually watched the incredible Burt Wonderstone.
How was that?
It wasn't bad. It wasn't great by any stretch of the imagination. But he was in it in kind of a bit character. He kind of played like a Crystal type magician.
Okay.
And he was actually pretty good in it. It's running on HBO like every 20 minutes, so I'm sure you'll catch it.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
But yeah, I have no desire to see Dumb and Dumber 2 at all, ever.
Really, 3?
I'll probably watch it when it's on cable, but...
Yeah. Not one you have to go to the theater to see for that theater experience.
No. But it just narrowly edged out in its first week. The movie that was out in its second week, Big Hero 6, which took in $34.5 million, and I saw it yesterday, and I'll talk about it shortly.
Okay.
That's taken in it took in about $35 million yet over the weekend, $110 million in 2 weeks, which is a pretty nice haul for 2 weeks. Number 3 was Interstellar, took in $28.3 million, $96 million total. You know,
I don't want to see it.
It's probably something I'll see eventually.
Yeah.
But it just kind of doing that. Even from back in the summer when I saw the trailer, I think I saw the trailer before Godzilla. It just kind of, and being a sci-fi guy, it kind of surprised me that I kind of went like, ooh, that doesn't really look all that interesting to me. But
yeah.
Again, I'm not a huge McConaughey fan either, so.
A rat.
That could have something to do with it a little bit. Number 4 was Beyond the Lights.
I thought you were gonna say Beyond Thunderdome for a second.
Beyond Thunderdome.
I was like, what?
That took it a little over $6 million. I believe it's like a music/dance movie or something.
I just read the synopsis on IMDb. IMDb. Sorry, pardon my pronunciation.
How dare you, sir?
The pressures of fame have superstar singer Noemi, N-O-N-I?
Naomi.
Naomi.
Or Nani or Nani here.
On the edge as she meets Kaz. This movie must take place in space because they all have a young cop who wants to help her find the courage to develop her own voice and break free to become the artist she was meant to be.
It's the Max Rebo band story.
Yes, with the
Max
bodyguard.
Rebo behind the music.
The bodyguard, yeah.
That just sounds awful.
What, the Max Rebo story? I'd watch.
I would watch the hell out of the Max Rebo story.
Yes.
And if you don't know who Max Rebo is, shame on you.
Yes.
I'm looking
What's the name of the rest of the band there, Will?
Lady Glover's in it.
I don't remember the other guy.
Naomi Campbell's in it. Yeah, this looks like
Terrible.
It's a black version of The Bodyguard.
We get in trouble every time we say that. Wait, what? Whitney Houston was in The Bodyguard.
Okay, it's an all-black version of The Bodyguard.
Okay, like The Wiz.
Yes.
I'm not touching either one of those. Moving on. Number 5, still in the top 5, is Gone Girl. That took in about $5 million, $152 million total.
I did see something briefly. Apparently you see the Batwang in Gone Girl.
Oh, fantastic.
You see what?
Batwang?
Oh, no. No, thank
Wouldn't
you.
that be the Batawang?
Yeah.
All right. Before you talk about Big Hero 6.
Well, real quick, box office-wise, Birdman...
I love that. That just totally screwed Will. Because I just saw the whole Batawang thing processing in his brain, and it just like his head just went.
Well, it was a combination of that and what I have on this monitor. Talk about Birdman real quick, and then I'll talk about what's on this monitor right now.
Batwang?
No.
Birdman creeped into the top 10, $11 million total.
Nice, good for Birdman.
Being on, like, no theaters, being in no theaters after 5 weeks. And did any of you guys hear anything about this St. Vincent movie with Bill Murray and Melissa McCarthy?
It's supposed to be hilarious.
Trailers for it. It looks good.
I haven't spoken with anybody who's seen it.
It's in limited release right now. It's in very limited release.
Oh, it's one of those. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, lately I'm having a very artsy movie winter, fall. Because everything I want to see is just in limited release.
Well, here's a movie that I hope comes out in limited release, but I don't think it will. David Spade has once again donned the mullet.
I heard that they just started filming Joe Dirt 2. Because what else is David Spade gonna do?
Was Adam Sandler between movies right now and David Spade got bored? Is that what happened?
There's a lot of
Well, redneck
movies that got legs on cable.
And redneck culture is hot right now.
Yeah.
Is Daryl going to be in Joe Dirt 2?
He might.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Daryl Merle.
Apparently, it's just started filming today. It was day 1 of filming. And he put a picture on Instagram of himself in the Joe Dirt mullet with the chops.
Nice.
So, yeah. That's happening.
Fantastic.
Also,
him getting a reality show.
Oh my god! That might be entertaining. I bet you Honey Boo Boo's gonna show up in it.
He probably will.
At what point do you think they're gonna stop putting reality show people in movies?
Never.
Because the joke just gets old so quick.
I think when reality TV is finally done, whenever the hell that is, and we go back to legitimate sitcoms and
We just stopped having Snooki show up and stuff.
I mean, I guess there was always points that people that had like 15 minutes of fame, you're going to shoehorn them in a movie. You know, the Unknown Comic had a movie.
And nobody saw him.
You don't even know who the Unknown Comic is.
He had a bag on his head. Wasn't he Andy Kaufman?
The look on your face was...
No, I knew.
It was just, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. But there was an Unknown Comic movie. And that's one of those, like, at least that, it's a footnote in history that is encapsulated upon itself.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, if the Unknown Comic showed up in a... I mean, he wouldn't have been in Empire Strikes Back, but I'm trying to think of something...
He could have been.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Well, you actually see his face in the movie that he was in.
Oh, okay.
Because he kind of wears the bag as like a superhero type. It's a weird movie. Linda Blair's in it too, so there's a lot going on.
Oh yeah, there's a train wreck happening there.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was one of those early '80s look at Linda Blair's tits movies.
Oh, okay.
All right. Cool.
So, but anyway.
All right, let's talk about Big Hero 6.
Oh, just real quick, because there was in the other one, the Three Stooges movie. They put the Jersey Shore cast in.
Ugh.
And it's like it was washed out before he even gets a movie.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's hot when they're filming it.
But then by the time the movie hits the theater or the joke is over...
Well, even if it's still, like, popular, 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, watchability, you're like... It isn't even like, oh, yeah, that guy had a song that was popular. And, you know, it's kind of a rarity.
It's like Paris Hilton in Cat in the Hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Paris Hilton is kind of like Zsa Zsa Gabor of our generation.
That's an insult to Zsa Zsa Gabor.
Well, Zsa Zsa Gabor barely even acted. She just was...
I know, but...
She acted enough.
Her sister acted. What did Zsa Zsa Gabor actually do aside from do cameos and things as Zsa Zsa Gabor?
Wasn't her sister in Green Acres?
Yeah, Eva Gabor was an actress.
Yes. So she rode on her coattails like any good Hollywood person would.
Absolutely.
I don't know. It irks me whenever I see some reality show person in a movie.
No, I agree.
And I just want them to go away.
It will eventually.
Now let's talk about Big Hero 6. Cause
Big Hero 6 was awesome.
Well, now, would you put it on par with Wreck-It Ralph? Because Wreck-It Ralph is like one of my favorite animated movies.
I would put it up there with Wreck-It Ralph. There were a couple Wreck-It Ralph Easter eggs in there.
Yes, I heard, of course, there was a couple Frozen Easter eggs
There
in
were
there.
a couple Frozen cameos, or not cameos, but Easter eggs. Since it is technically a Marvel movie, Stan Lee does make an appearance.
As he should.
It was fun, and it was at points it was laugh out loud funny. Like my wife, we went yesterday. We were just poking around the mall, and she's like, "Let's go see Big Hero 6." I'm like, "All right, yeah, sure, let's go." And
Chris tries to play it off. He's like, I don't want to see that movie.
I don't want to see Big Hero 6. And I was inside like, but she was rolling at times. It was just a lot of fun. It was, you know, and this kind of is for me is, I guess, being a fan of that type of movie, just the superhero movie and the action movie in general. I kind of predicted the outcome a little bit as to who the villain was.
Okay.
Well, and that was
problematic.
It absolutely was. It didn't take anything away from the movie at all.
It's like people that watch a romantic comedy. They're like, I hope those two get together.
Yeah, and I mean there was one point where I was going like, you know, it would be a great twist if the villain was this person instead.
I kind of think I know who the villain is just from the trailer, so
and,
you can tell me after the movie if I'm right, or after the show if I'm right.
But it was so much fun. You know, the characters, even like the friends that Hero makes, are great. There's the you know, the kind of the stoner dude and who's in college, but for no reason other than to be the college mascot and do the sign twirling stuff.
Nice.
He was probably my favorite side character in the movie. Well, yeah, it was a fun movie. Kept me entertained for the entire hour and a half, 2 hours, or whatever it was.
Baymax is adorable.
Baymax is great. Mary wants a big blow-up Baymax, and so Disney get on that.
Well, you can get the little Disney Infinity figure of Baymax.
Yeah, but she wants one that's blow up and squishy.
She wants a beanbag chair Baymax.
My favorite one of my favorite Baymax moments is when his battery dies. Where his battery gets low because the trailer doesn't do it justice.
No?
He is like a drunken idiot when his battery is dead. It was so funny, and because it's like I've been Baymax. Just
and
fall
now
down
you have your next Halloween costume.
Just fall down stupid drunk.
Yeah, I could pull up Baymax.
But yeah, it was definitely a fun movie. I think it's up there with Wreck-It Ralph. I think I still like Ralph a little bit more, just for the fact of like I have fun still to this day watching it and kind of still picking out like characters like I may have missed or little.
Oh yeah, I still watch it all the time.
Little video game references that I may have missed on the first 100 viewings. The other thing we touched on, and I guess we may have talked about it last week, was the animated short.
With the puppy.
With the puppy, and everybody's making it this big deal that it was like, oh, it's gonna make you cry, and it was cute, but I don't think it was tear-inducing.
I think what happened is everybody was expecting one thing to happen and it didn't happen.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we were both kind of talking about. It's good. I don't think it's Paperman good.
No, Paperman was fantastic.
Paperman was fantastic. But all in all, out of 5 stars, I gave it 5 stars. Go see it. It's fun. Cool. It's a lot of fun.
I want to see it. We're supposed to go see horror movies.
It has that. What I kind of dug about it too was it has that great anime feel to it.
Okay.
Because like the city they're living in is San Francisco or something.
Yeah, San Francisco or something like that.
So it's just kind of like this makeshift kind of half Tokyo, half San Francisco, made up city. And it had a very animated feel, and a very anime feel to it. At one point, he's hero flying on the back of Baymax, and they're like dodging around all like these just balloons that have like turbines on them for no reason. And it just kind of it was just kind of like one of those weird like that's something you would see in like a futuristic anime movie.
Nice.
Yeah. So I highly recommend it.
Awesome. Yeah, I want to go see it. Maybe we might go see it next week when we're up at my mom's. If not, I'll probably see it when we come back. Because I want to go. Horrible Bosses 2 comes out next week, too. I want to see that. I love Horrible Bosses. Yeah.
That could be fun.
So,
as I said, I liked it the first time when it was called 9 to 5.
I know. Right. Well, moving on. Since we were talking about Big Hero 6, and it's kind of a Marvel-y... Well, it is a Marvel-y type movie. We do have one little tiny bit of Marvel news this week. Nothing huge. James Gunn was talking about Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Apparently, the story for Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is finished. The script is done. Which
makes sense, being that it's coming out in like a year and a half, 2 years.
But he also said it may not necessarily tie into Avengers 3.
Yeah, I could see it not. I mean, I think it's got to tie more into Infinity War than anything else.
Well, that would be Avengers 3.
I'm sorry. I thought you said Avengers 2.
No.
Yeah, I was thinking Avengers 2 as well, but I see what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're putting down now.
Yeah. He said, here we go. Who knows how much we've influenced Phase 3, but one thing is the Guardians aren't backseat to the Avengers in the blah, 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 blah. The Guardians are their own thing. The cosmic side of the universe is its own thing, and because the movie's so successful, it was more successful than the original Iron Man was. That changed the way other people looked at it, but I still look at it the same way. So, basically, they're a more flawed group than the Avengers. They have some major issues, but I'm sure that they'll show up in Infinity War.
I'm sure they've got... No, they have to be in Infinity War.
Oh, they're going to be in it, but I don't think... I think what he's saying is Guardians 2 isn't going to directly tie into Infinity War. They'll be part of it, but it's not going to be like the lead-in.
what's coming out first, Infinity War or Inhumans?
Inhumans is one of the last ones. And Inhumans comes out before Infinity War Part 2.
Okay.
Yeah. It goes Infinity War, Captain Marvel, Inhumans, and then Infinity War Part 2.
All right. I was just wondering how soon they were going to get them involved, if at all.
And Guardians 2 is going to be May 5th, 2017. So still further away from Batman Superman, but we're more excited for Guardians 2.
Word.
All right. Now, before the show...
I do have one other little piece of Marvel news.
Okay.
And that's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is hitting Netflix this week.
Hooray!
If you haven't watched any of it yet, you can now catch up with the first.
Season 2 is so good. It's so good.
And the second half of season 1 is pretty good.
Which is the half that I missed, so now I can finally get caught up on that.
Yeah, you stopped watching. You were like, this show.
Well, it wasn't even that. It was I missed we were away, so I missed 2 weeks or something like that, and I just never fell back into it.
Yeah. Okay.
You see Thor 2 and Captain America 2.
Yes.
Which I haven't seen either one of those yet either.
I forgot both of those movies tied into the first. I knew Captain America did, but I forgot about the Thor tie-in.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Before we started going on the show, you guys said you had more news about the train wreck that is the Fantastic Four movie.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
And you have that in front of you, right, Mike?
A spoiler released.
Oh, please, just spoil the whole thing.
It encapsulates the whole plot.
It's spoiled. It's spoiled like a rotten fucking egg, man.
Well, we'll give everybody fair warning. If you don't want to listen to the spoiler, skip the next...
Couple minutes.
10 minutes or so.
Yeah, 10 minutes, even...
5 minutes.
We'll just bitch about it.
All right. Well, when we last left off, Dr. Doom is a mad blogger, and they're wearing containment suits.
And he's not a doctor, he's just Doom.
And he's Dr. von Doofenshmirtz.
Well, strap in.
Oh, boy.
Because it ain't getting any better.
Buckle up, bitches.
What's going on?
Reed is a genius convenience store clerk with Ben.
What?
Reed, as in Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic.
Let me back this up for a minute. Reed works at a convenience store. Ben works in a video store.
No.
No, I'm making that up.
They're both convenience
stores.
Somebody. Reed's parents don't care about him, and Ben's dad is abusive.
Oh my gosh.
They're good friends and have each other's backs. Reed writes a paper for community college on teleportation that attracts the attention of Dr. Franklin Storm, CEO of the Baxter Building Research Center. Storm has a son, Johnny, an adoptive daughter, Sue, whose father, Storm's old partner, died in an experiment gone wrong. Johnny and Sue are party kids, and Sue is particularly disdainful of science. Reed and Sue don't get along at first.
So what we're hearing right now is Jessica Alba was a better scientist than this Sue Storm girl is going to be.
Victor Dumashev. I did really want to say Doofenshmirtz.
Doofenshmirtz, yes.
Doofenshmirtz is an antisocial Eastern European computer program and hacktivist who calls himself
Doom.
He hates the 1%, particularly Storm, who he claims corrupts science for profit. Storm uses Reed's paper to complete some equations on a machine to access another dimension, the End Zone. Maybe All-Pro is going to be in this movie.
Who's the other guy from the End Zone?
Blastar?
No, the red dude. Annihilus, that's it.
Annihilus is green.
I thought he was red.
No, Annihilus is green.
No, I'm
he's
thinking...
green. He looks like a big jacked up bug.
I'm thinking Atrocitus from Red Lanterns. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Continue.
Now this is the End Zone, which I'm guessing is supposed to be the negative zone, or...
Yes, because it's too goofy to say negative zone. You gotta say the End Zone.
Or maybe they're gonna get real racist since the
Yeah,
Torch is black. So it's
maybe.
I don't know what's going on here. Reed invites Ben to watch the machine being turned on. Sue and Johnny are also there. Doom manages to hack into Baxter Building's servers and use a computer virus to damage the machine, which explodes.
What can go
Reed's
wrong?
Johnny and Ben are exposed to otherworldly energy and become mutants with powers they can't control.
They're not allowed to say mutants. Oh no, they can't. Fox
No, they
owns
can.
mutants.
It's Fox.
That's
Yeah, it does say
That's right.
mutants. I didn't realize that it said mutants when I first read this. I tripped on that this time.
X-Men crossover.
Yes. Storm takes them to the Baxter Building and creates containment suits for their powers. They begin to train. Reed and Storm also begin developing a way to revert the accident. Sue blames Reed for everything, but they eventually become friends and then a couple. Ben can switch off his powers when he is not in danger.
So he's the Hulk?
He's the Thing from the old Thing cartoon where he could turn the powers on and off. When he
That
had the
just
Thing
takes so much of the Ben Grimm Thing character away.
I can't even.
Johnny changes colors based on heat intensity, and Sue has some borderline telekinetic thing.
Yeah, that happens.
Is that how it's written? She has some borderline telekinetic thing?
That's what it says here. This is some, article on the internet. This is not
Doom wrote it.
New York Times. Doom finds out the four have acquired powers and becomes angry. It's not. So he comes up with a plan to break into the Baxter Building to access the end zone through the rebuilt machine. As a distraction, he programs a bunch of stolen military drones, the Doombots, to attack the building. Or come together as a team for the first time and save people. Doom activates the machine and gets technopathy powers or something, basically energy blasts, and making machines obey him, and a fight ensues.
I could have wrote a better movie.
Why do these people not realize what Dr. Doom can do? They never read a comic book.
No.
The machine goes critical, and in order to prevent it from exploding and destroying the city, the four push into it, and Storm shuts it off. Sorry, there's a break in the paragraph that in an odd spot for a picture, and I lost
I thought you were going to say, and the four fly out to the ocean where the nuclear blast will not harm anybody.
And then show up in a cafe in Paris.
Yes, and they secretly live in Paris.
In that area.
Down before it reaches critical mass. Inside the end zone, the four battle Doom again and manage to leave him trapped after he disfigures himself by soaking up too much power. The four manage to escape, but Ben gets the blunt of it to protect Reed and can't switch back. The machine is destroyed. Doom is gone. The four have learned to work as a team, and Reed vows to find a cure for Ben. And it ends there.
That sounds terrible. The opposite of fantastic.
Yes.
Terrible,
now, this Fantastic Four movie that's so different than any other Fantastic Four movie sounds
like
just as bad as
every
any other
Fantastic
Four movies. But in this one, Dr. Doom's lamer.
And this is why Marvel is canceling the Fantastic Four comic. Because fuck Fox and their Fantastic Four movie.
Wow. Wow. I read it, and it took Mike reading it to me for me to process just how awful.
Probably because when you were reading it, your brain was screaming.
My brain is still screaming.
Like, this is wrong! All of it! Not even the names are right. Dumashev, fucking kill yourself. I can't even deal with this fucking. I'm never gonna see it. Hopefully, this movie does not come out. It's gonna be video on demand.
This movie sounds so bad, it's making me hate all the other Fantastic Four movies even more.
Except the Roger Corman one. That one is a gem of its own.
That might be the only really good Fantastic Four movie.
After this. Because it's like, you suck so much, your ancestors suck because of it.
It really does. The other movies are starting to suck just by association of name alone.
Yeah. That's fucking terrible.
Wow.
I'm at a loss for words. That's fucking awful. Why? And the thing that I think annoys me most about it is the whole Sue Storm party girl not into science thing, where she was like as smart as Reed or supposed to be as smart as Reed.
Well, originally it wasn't like that. Originally she was never as smart as Reed, but originally she was younger.
Yeah, by a couple years.
And she wasn't really a scientist. She was just Reed Richards' girlfriend in the first.
So she was a scientist.
No, it was.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Well, in the original comic, they all stole a rocket.
Yes.
So,
the Russian space. I have to update that slightly.
Yes.
I'm just waiting for the incredible backlash on how we've all been talking. How we want these strong female superhero characters, and this pile of shit is giving us the exact opposite of a strong female character. It's like, oh, she's a party girl. She's not into science. Science is hard.
Captain Marvel can't come quick enough.
Well, and you know what's going to be, too? She'll be able to, even though she's angry at science because it took her father from her, she'll be able to figure it all out even though she's ignored it for the past 15
years. I hate you, science!
Yeah.
I hate you so much, science! She's going to turn invisible because she's so upset at science. Are we going to have the Jessica Alba, I'm getting naked but I'm invisible scenes? Of course we are.
Of course we are. Because she's a party girl, and that's what party girls do. Remember, they get naked because science is hard.
Yes. All right. Well, speaking of movies that have terrible ideas in them, which, goddamn, it's hard to top that one. Let me ask you guys a question. Do you know how Batman became Batman?
Cosmic rays.
Bit by a radioactive bat.
Okay. Both valid answers. Apparently, we all forgot how Batman became Batman because in Batman vs. Super Friends, Justice Friends Forever, we're going to see Batman's parents get killed again.
Ooh.
There's a whole fucking show on Fox right now.
I was just going to say, there's a show on Fox that is doing very well. That most people, if they hadn't seen any form of Batman prior to that show, and then go into this movie going ooh, there's this Batman character that is kind of in this show. I wonder how he becomes Batman. It's in the show. 10 minutes for the fucking show.
There's a YouTube video that I put on the Facebook page that is every interpretation of Batman's parents dying.
Yeah, I saw that.
Or television-wise. And it's like a dozen.
I think the only people that may have ever watched anything Batman-related, if they watched this one thing Batman-related, they would not know how Batman became Batman. And that would be the 66 Batman, because I don't believe they ever covered the fact that Thomas Martha Wayne was shot.
Right.
No, I don't think so.
But any inclination of Batman prior...
And he actually didn't even say it in the pilot episode. That, after my parents were killed, I swore to defend justice.
Unlike Arrow, when every week we get I Am Oliver Queen. 5 years ago, I got crashed on an island. But, oh my god. Why?
It's
face-rippingly infuriating.
Well, it is... And we've talked about this a lot. that Hollywood believes their audiences are dumb.
Yeah, I was just going to
They
say
believe
that.
they're dumb, and they believe that there's new people, and they don't want to ostracize the people that are out of it. But I think you can almost do a poll on the street and be like, why is Batman Batman? And how did his parents die? But maybe not everybody realizes that Superman's an alien from another planet.
Yeah, I mean, I can get that. That's fine.
And people might not know the whole Uncle Ben being shot, and that's why Spider-Man decided to use his powers for good.
That one I would say a lot of people might know that one.
They do, but it might not, with that too. It's
not,
like,
if you walked up and asked somebody on the street, how did Spider-Man become Spider-Man? How did he get his powers?
Yeah,
bit by radioactive spider.
But what we're looking at here, this is going to be the 8th theatrical Batman movie. I'm sorry, the 9th theatrical Batman movie, if you count the 66 Batman.
True. I guess we're not counting Mask of the Phantasm.
Oh, yeah, the animated one. I'm thinking live action. So,
okay.
Right, there's 10 times there's been theatrical Batman movies. Plus the old school, like, Batman serials that ran back a billion years ago.
Yeah, but I don't think they covered the death end, so they don't count.
Right. But anyway, you got the Tim Burton Batmans, you got the Christopher Nolan Batmans, you got all the animated shows, like even Super Friends, they do a How Did Batman's Parents Die episode.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just...
hopefully, maybe it's just going to be a slight mention of it. Maybe
they're filming the scene.
Yeah, but they're film the scene, and it could be like a flashback thing, like that he's thinking about it, and it's a flashback thing.
Like a nightmare, like in Daredevil when he's having nightmares in the water tank.
Yeah, it could be.
You know who else is mad at DC? Well, he's not mad at DC, but he's kind of talking about it. Is Stephen Amell, who is our Green Arrow on Arrow, who excellent show.
Yeah, outspoken about it. He definitely is a man who speaks his mind about many a thing.
And you know what? I love him for it. He runs his own Facebook page. He does all his own shit. He's great as Oliver Queen. He's fantastic.
I bought a bottle of wine from him off his Facebook page.
What'd you say?
I bought a bottle of wine from him.
Did you really?
Him to own a vineyard or a winery or something like that, and they produce bottles of wine that they let fans vote on what they should name it. It's
nice.
It wasn't cheap, and it was a nice bottle of wine. And I'm like, all right, it was. And he's a big, he's a big fight cancer guy.
Yeah, he is.
He has the
fuck cancer shirt.
Fuck cancer shirt, yeah.
Yeah. But he is owning the Oliver Queen character so much that when DC asked him to be in Lego Batman 3 in the downloadable content, that's Arrow content, they didn't even finish the sentence. He was like, yes. So he is Oliver Queen, just like for years Kevin Conroy was Batman.
Was Batman, exactly.
Now, I didn't realize in the whole DC announcement, they announced Ezra Miller as Flash at episode 2 of the Flash TV show that, as he said, it opened bigger than the Arrow show. Because Arrow was a little shaky for the first couple episodes.
Yeah, because, it was, nobody knew, in the grand scheme.
We're worried about it being Smallville again.
Yeah. Yes. And in the grand scheme of DC superheroes, Green Arrow is, just below, I think. He's there, but I think he's, again, you think DC superheroes, you're thinking Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman.
Yeah, and then second tier, you're even going Flash, Aquaman, Green Lantern.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unfortunately,
yeah,
probably third, probably lower second.
Martian Manhunter.
Yeah.
Green Arrow, Cyborg type of level.
True.
But they will do a hit show with a lesser known character.
Yeah, and it's great. Oh my god, the last couple episodes, this week's episode, I'm so excited for this week's episode because Cupid is showing up. Who, if for anybody, the easiest way to explain Cupid is like a celebrity stalker. She is a superhero stalker, and she stalks Arrow.
Okay.
So that's the easiest. And she was actually in the last episode in a couple scenes, at a couple crime scenes, but she's not Cupid yet. This is how she starts becoming infatuated with Arrow. But anyway, I digress. So they were interviewing him because this guy on AMC Movie Talk or whatever does this After Arrow show, And they were asking him about the whole thing, and he's saying about the whole Ezra Miller thing and all that, how he really doesn't think that they should be separate. I mean, he didn't say, because look at what Marvel's doing, but he kind of alluded to it. But he did say at the end of this interview that after the announcements and after the dust settled, he talked to Jeff Johns, who was the creative director for DC, and that he walked away from the conversation very happy. So he said these movies are going on for the next 5, 6, 7 years. Who knows what's going to happen? So maybe at some point they were saying in this interview thing that maybe they're going to have a crisis event with multiverses and stuff. But somebody made a good point that the average movie-going audience, not your comic book fans, but your movie-going audience, isn't going to get it.
No.
They're going to be like, what the fuck is going on here?
Because, you know, anytime DC needs to fix something, we've got a crisis.
They're talking about another crisis to get rid of the New 52.
I know. They're talking about rebooting the whole New 52 thing.
Well,
in fairness, Marvel seems to be doing their own weird thing with Secret Wars and the 92 X-Men and
they got something going on.
And like old stuff, Armor Wars is coming back, and I'm curious.
I think it seems like almost they're doing a silent reboot to get rid of some of the properties that they don't own.
Maybe.
I think that's almost what they're doing. Like they're kind of brushing those guys away. Maybe not Spider-Man because he's huge, but some of the other guys like Fantastic Four.
This isn't even. It isn't even that. I mean, it's just they're like House of M is coming back.
Infinity Gauntlet and Infinity War is coming back too. I mean, everything's coming.
But
everything's old and new again.
I can't see them. You know, the Fantastic Four stuff. Yeah, I kind of get that they're canceling the book because this movie is just garbage, as we found out.
You will not sully our name.
But if they're going to be doing that, if they're going to be, if they're going to try to do that, they got to do it with everything. And I don't see them canceling Spider-Man. I sure as hell don't see them canceling X-Men.
No. They got a lot of X-Men movies coming up right now. So.
Well, maybe too, it's they like the direction that X-Men is going in.
Yeah.
Theatrically wise, and it's not shooting themselves in the foot and tearing the characters apart as drastically as they do with the Fantastic Four stuff.
Yeah.
Other than X-Men.
There's also been talk that some of the reason they're doing this is so they can get Wolverine back. They killed Wolverine.
Yeah. He's gonna be reborn as like just I don't know.
He's dead. He doesn't have his healing factor, and he's cased in adamantium. He's dead.
Oh, is that storyline done now?
DED, dead.
Really?
So they do these, if it ends up being like alternate dimensions and shit. Oh, look, magically Wolverine is trapped in our universe. He's back, yay.
Well, didn't Darkseid kill Batman, but really he didn't die? He just got transported through time?
Yeah, I mean, it's all this crap has been done before. It's nothing, it's nothing new.
So he's encased in adamantium, like carbonite?
Yeah, and they can't get him out.
Really?
And even if they get him out, he's dead. He's suffocated. He has no healing factor. He's done. Dead. DED, dead.
How did they get rid of the healing factor?
He hasn't had his healing factor in like a year or so.
Really?
He had something in his bloodstream that was fighting his healing factor, or removed his healing factor, or something like that.
I think they're trying to get a new Wolverine actor. He's gonna want to look like new Lobo.
I don't know, but I mean, it definitely, it's like, I don't see them keeping Wolverine dead forever because he's like they're, you say Marvel Comics and everybody goes, oh yeah, Wolverine,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it just kind of seems like that's how they're
positioning.
Both companies are probably going to reboot shit again. That's how we'll get Thor back to being a dude and Wolverine back to being alive.
But then that means Falcon won't be Captain America, and I heard he's pretty good.
We'll get Captain America back to being Captain America. And, Bucky will be dead again. And Uncle Ben will be dead again.
And Aunt May will be a love-lost teenager again.
Dr. Octopus will be back because Dr. Octopus is dead.
Dr. Octopus will take Aunt May on a date.
We'll lose all of Rob Liefeld's characters.
No, not Deadpool. Bite your tongue. All right. Let me see what else we got. You want to hit the celebrity deaths, and then I'll hit a couple of video game news things we have, or?
Well, celebrity deaths are kind of quick. I mean,
yeah, it's nothing like not that like.
It's nobody that shines out, and it's nobody that you really know necessarily.
Character actors. Well, we have one character actor and 2 creators. So let's do the
I mean, the actress that died. I mean, she was on the #1 sitcom in the country.
Yes, and you never saw her face.
Yeah, I forget her name.
Carol Ann Susi. She played.
Big Bang Theory.
Yes, she was the voice of Mrs. Wallowitz. Yeah. So yeah, she passed away. She was young too. I think she was. I want to say she was like 62. She was 62.
Okay.
And she was on Seinfeld back in the day. She was on Night Court, Married with Children. She was at NYPD. I mean, she had a very long list of shows she was on. So it was kind of like a shock. In this past week's episode, they had like a little tribute to her at the end and stuff. But the funny thing is, it seemed like this season was the season you were finally going to almost see, or you might even see Wallowitz's mom this season, the way the season was going.
Yeah,
so,
they're moving that way.
Yeah, so who knows how they're going to rework that. I'm sure they're not going to, I mean, they may just do away with the character and like have a funeral for her on air and whatnot, but who knows.
I mean, it's a voice. She's doing a voice. I mean, I could see them, if it's necessary, just bringing somebody else in.
Yeah. All right. Second death we have is Glenn Larson, who is the creator of Battlestar Galactica and Knight Rider, and Buck Rogers. Buck Rogers, the TV. Oh my God, and Manimal.
Beady.
He died at the age of 70. Yeah, Manimal. He died at the age of 77 from esophageal cancer, so that sucks. Again, in Stephen Amell's words, fuck cancer.
Yes.
And the third one you had, Mike.
Yeah, it was Arthur Rankin, the animator.
From Rankin and Bass.
Rankin and Bass.
Who gave us all our favorite holiday.
Yes.
Some of them are our most
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman.
Heat Miser and Jack Frost.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably all of those. Santa Claus Coming to Town, all that. Little Drummer Boy, Year Without a Santa Claus. And in the 80s, not stop motion, we got the Thundercats from Rankin and Bass.
Yes, we did. I want to say Silverhawks too, right?
Yeah, I think you're right. There was.
Yeah.
They were a big. They pumped out a lot of that era cartoons.
Black Star, I think, was Rankin and Bass.
I don't know Black Star.
He was supposed to be like this black space cop dude, but the figure he just looked kind of tan and Mexican.
Oh.
Yeah, but he was Black Star. That was the name, Black Star.
Oh, all right. Yeah. That one I remember.
Yeah.
I remember the Cowboy one. There was something else Star, but
I don't know. But I remember still. Yeah, Brave Star.
Brave Star, yes. It was always something Star.
Silverhawks almost made me kill myself back in the day. I may have told the story on the air when I tried to make cardboard wings and jump off my roof.
Oh, Jesus H. fucking Christ, dude.
It snowed, though. It was a big
last week I'm talking about, like, how I was inspired by Batman and I would put a towel around my neck and run around the house. Not one fucking time did I jump off a goddamn roof.
Listen, my wings look good. And there was a lot of snow. It was like a good 20 inches of snow.
I just have this visual of you like, I can fly!
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Nobody was home either.
Oh, Rankin and Bass did The Hobbit in '77.
That was the big one, yeah. That cartoon fucked me up, man. I didn't like the rotoscoped animation.
And Return of the King, I guess they did all the Lord of the Rings stuff back then. They did The Last Unicorn.
Oh, another good movie. You don't see that movie on anywhere anymore.
No.
Now, somebody was talking to somebody recently about that. They were looking for it, and I barely even remember The Last Unicorn.
It might have been my wife that you were talking to about that.
That was a fucked up movie. I just remember it was weird. I remember the unicorn was dying in the swamp at one point. They were all
the Jackson 5 cartoon.
Oh my God!
Didn't the unicorn die in the swamp in Neverending Story?
No, the horse. It wasn't a unicorn.
Okay. They did the Jackson 5 cartoon and the Osmonds cartoon.
He died in the Swamp of Sorrow or whatever.
The Osmonds died in the Swamp of Sorrows?
Yes.
Okay. Just to make sure we're all on the same page. You know what? I was going through my movie collection the other day because I'm doing the digital voodoo movies and whatever. Just real quick, when you throw Lord of the Rings, it kicked on me. Apparently, I own the director's cut of Lord of the Rings, of the original 3. They're fucking 4 hours each.
Oh yeah.
I ain't got that kind of time.
No, a long time ago, I rented it when it first came out on demand.
I started watching these movies, and I'm almost done.
I rented it on demand, the original, because I was like, oh, I didn't get to go see it in the theater. Let me get it on demand, and I didn't realize it was the extended cut. I fell asleep, and I woke up, and they were still in the fucking cave. I'm just like, I can't. This movie goes on forever. I mean, granted, I will sit there and watch the original trilogy of Star Wars in one day, but they flow quicker.
I read an article recently discussing the Lord of the Rings movies and the Hobbit movies.
Okay.
And they kind of did a guesstimate with the next Hobbit movie and the director's cuts and how much more footage they've been adding into these things on average.
It's going to be 2 weeks long.
If you were going to watch all 6
director's
cuts, I think it was going to take you 23 hours.
Good God.
This is why I know my manager and I at work can't get along right, because he's a Lord of the Rings guy.
Yeah.
I was like,
Rings and Star Wars guys can't really get along.
I'm like, oh yeah, those directors are like 4 hours. Like, oh yeah, I know, I'll sit and watch all of them. He's like, those movies are so good, they're all worth it. And then he's bitching that like the last Hobbit movie only had like 7 extra minutes of footage or some shit like that.
Just look at him saving the trees fucking walked in that movie.
I was going to, but he wouldn't get the joke.
That's a shame.
See, I enjoy...
Second Clerks reference of the night.
Yes.
That one's Clerks too.
But it's still a Clerks reference.
Like I'll watch them, but I can't watch them I can't fucking mainline them.
I could watch them. I could watch them like 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there.
Yeah, exactly.
I enjoy just kind of putting it on and zoning out. You know, you get some action scene stuff, but then even the nice quieter stuff and the sets, and it's nice to look at. It's like a bomb.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're bad. I'm not saying they're awful movies, but they're just not something I could sit and marathon watch.
That's almost been married 15 years.
Yeah.
That's how
The
long
soundtrack's good. I have the soundtracks. I'll put it on sometimes. I feel like I'm at medieval times.
All right. But yeah, that's a long-ass movie. All right, so the last couple things I have, just a couple of minor video game things real quick before we go. Last week, the first round of Mario Kart DLC, which we mentioned a few times, there's 8 courses, and the original Rainbow Road is one of the courses. It's easier than you remember, and at the same time tougher, because now the thwomps come down and shake the whole fucking road like this, so it's not good. Also, for the people playing Mario Kart Online, I beg you, I'm looking right at you, please use somebody other than Link. For the love of fucking God. I run into a room, 8 Links with 8 Master Cycles. I'm like, really? Use a fucking Tanuki Mario once in a while. Good lord. Secondly, a few weeks ago, or a couple months,
talking about?
I have no clue what he's talking about.
Shut up.
I just saw his lips moving and going, words, maybe words.
Mario.
All right.
I think some of it was in Japanese.
I think so.
Back in the day, like 2 months ago, when they excavated the New Mexico landfill that all the ET cartridges were buried in, like with I'm looking at a picture with a backhoe. There's packaging. There's some other packaging too. That's not ET. That's Centipede. So there's a bunch of Atari 2600 packages in there.
Well, I would have grabbed a copy of Centipede.
Yeah. Apparently, one of the one of the ET cartridges at an auction went for $1,537.
All right, now I'm looking directly at you people. Listen to me. Nobody, I've played the game. Nobody ever needs to pay that kind of money for the ET cartridge.
Wait, that's not all.
Will has a copy. He'd sell it to you for $250.
Well, a little more than that. If they're getting $1,500 for a dusty ass cartridge, mine is mint condition.
Again, crap. I understand the whole nostalgia and the whole, the urban legend of these being in this dump for 30 years.
Well, it's not an urban legend. It was true.
It was true. But originally,
imagine if they dug up Noah's Ark. And it's like, I got a bunch of old boats laying around in my backyard.
Yeah.
I need two of every cartridge.
The difference is in that story. Noah's Ark saved civilization. In
And
the
Russell
other
Crowe
story, E.T. is still a shit-ass video game.
Wait, the story is not over.
Played this game one night for 2 hours and couldn't get out of a fucking hole.
Every time we were about
take
to...
the joystick and wiggle. His head goes up and you float up, and then all of a sudden you fall back down the fucking hole.
I hated that so much. I hated it.
A total of 9 ET apiece. In additional auctions. Each game will ship with a certificate of authenticity, an ID tag from the city of Alamogordo, and a photo supplemented narrative of detailing the lot's history.
Again,
it's a collector's edition.
I'm looking at all you people that spent money on this shit. Do me a favor. Take that $1,500 and donate it to something worthwhile. Like, I don't know, cancer research. You don't need the fucking Atari 2600 shit-ass fucking E.T. game. Ever. You probably don't even have a 2600 to play it on.
I do. And
it's a piece of archaeology. If somebody gave you a dug-up Indian arrowhead, you wouldn't be like, oh, I got a fucking bow and arrow.
I would get a fucking bow and arrow. I could go to Cabela's and get a bow and arrow.
Good.
But it wouldn't be archaeology.
All right. Well, Atari, the Atari game over...
Like in the 40s, they buried... If back in the 30s they buried... Like, say the Nazis buried an archaeologist in a tomb someplace. Maybe 1,000 years from now, his bones would be worth something.
So the bones of the ET cartridge are worth $1,500.
It was put... Thousands of these were put in a landfill for a goddamn reason. Nobody wanted it 30 years ago.
Because there's evil in there. There's evil in that cartridge.
There might be one in my attic.
There is one in my closet.
To come and search for my ET cartridge buried in my attic.
Well, the documentary about this whole excavation, Atari Game Over, it's going to premiere November 20th, which is, in a couple days, on Xbox Live for free. So, Chris, you can watch it and rage at your Xbox when you watch it.
Maybe historically,
nobody wanted this fucking game, people.
My dad bought it from Montgomery Ward with Pac-Man.
Montgomery Ward is no longer in business. That's why.
With Pac-Man, the one that goes bonk, 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 bonk.
That Atari Pac-Man port was so horrible.
It was, but that was the game that I had for my Atari. I had all those, Defender, all those things. Let me see. I think the last bit of news I have, for anybody familiar with Goat Simulator, which
I've heard it.
Yes.
Slightly familiar with Goat Simulator, yes.
They are coming out with an expansion to Goat Simulator for free that will allow multiplayer Goat Mayhem. It's an MMO version of Goat Simulator where it's going to be thousands of goats running around a fantasy town like World of Warcraft causing havoc. So,
we as the society have failed.
Dude, Goat Simulator is hilarious. You can download it on your phone.
No.
You could.
No.
It's fun.
No.
It's hilarious.
No.
I think that's pretty much all I have. Oh, and Smash Brothers comes out this Friday, so get to smashing.
I have just two more things, I guess.
Okay.
One kind of like, oh, okay, and one is kind of enjoyable.
Yeah, I have no what the fuck news this week.
Yeah, I don't really have any what the fuck news. Although I guess this could kind of, in a way, be what the fuck news. And that's the fact that this weekend, on the finale of Power Rangers Super Mega Force, is that Jason David Frank and like 30 other former Power Rangers are returning to do this legendary battle.
Nice.
Jason David doesn't have much else to do.
Well, the original Pink Ranger was like in a Pink Ranger outfit from some Kickstarter she was doing.
She was like singing on a street corner with Batman.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, it was a dare. It was somebody better that if she could make this much on Kickstarter, that she would go and perform in the Power Rangers outfit in the subway.
Nice.
And she hit the money, and then she did it.
And she went performing.
You know what? She's so cute.
Yes. You know, we don't realize because we're just a little, or no more than just a little too old to get it, but people 10 years younger than us or so, Power Rangers is a big deal.
Power Rangers is like their... Yeah.
My brother, huge Power Rangers fan.
When it first came out, I kind of dug it. It kind of had that, Godzilla feel to it with the people in rubber costumes, and the Black Ranger from Power Rangers, or one of the Power Rangers setups, was also the guy that played Godzilla in the Godzilla movies, who I met in Chiller Theater.
Yes.
So I mean that's kind of why I thought that was kind of interesting news, that the fact that Jason David Frank is coming back, and he's a big thing on the convention circuit too. He's at everything.
Yeah.
Oh,
I do have a what the fuck news, but it's not really what the fuck news. It's like entertainment news.
We'll do that after this one.
Okay.
And the last little bit of news I have is that MST3K is kind of returning, with air quotes, currently returning to TV on PBS of all places. It looks like they're going to have, I don't know air dates or anything like that, but it looks like they're going to be running a couple episodes of MST3K. The ones I have listed here is Gunslinger, The Unearthly, Hercules, and The Captive Women, and everyone's favorite episode, Manos. So, there's definitely, and I've caught it, there's a station out here, Retro TV, and they've been playing some older episodes of Mystery Science Theater on Saturday nights, which has been fun. And also, since we're not going to be on next week, they are doing on their website, they are doing their Turkey Day Marathon, and that website is mst3kturkeyday.com. They're streaming a bunch of episodes over the course of the day. I don't think they've announced what episodes yet, but because there's so many to choose from. And then the other bit of Mystery Science Theater news, I guess, is they just announced that Riff Tracks just announced their Christmas show, which they stole from us. They stole back from us, I should say. They are doing the movie we did for our Christmas special last year. They are doing Santa Claus, the wonderful 1950-something Mexican Santa Claus movie.
Santa Claus versus the Devil.
Santa Claus versus the Devil in Mexicolor. So that's going to be on December 4th. So
fantastic.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yes. And then the last thing I have is WWE Studios has teamed up with Warner Brothers again for a sequel to the Scooby-Doo WrestleMania cartoon movie starring Hulk Hogan.
I saw that, and I kind of just...
And that's pretty much all I have to say about that. It shouldn't exist, and it should die. And we'll leave it at that. So, we're not going to be back next week, but that means we have 2 weeks to plan for episode 100, which hopefully will have something also.
Which we won't do any of, because we've been slacking off on that considerably.
We really have. So hopefully we'll have something cool in store. Maybe a giveaway of some sort or something.
Maybe.
We'll figure something out.
We'll give away Will's copy of ET.
Yes!
We'll auction it off.
For 1,000.
Thousands and thousands of millions of dollars.
I may have the instruction book.
$100.
So you guys know where to find us. Find us on Stitcher. Find us on ninjaverse.wordpress.com, facebook.com/ninjaverse, youtube.com/ninjaverse, on Twitter, on everything else. I'm Will. Oh wait, before I say I'm Will.
You're already said too late.
I know.
Take it back.
I'm also starting a series of I'm starting a series of Let's Play videos. I'm starting with Far Cry 4. So those are going to be up on my channel and the Ninjaverse channel. So you guys can watch me play through Far Cry 4. So, I'm Will.
I'm Chris.
I'm Mike.
And we'll talk to you later.
And nobody needs a copy of E.T.
I do.